That moment when you realize you are not old enough to drink vodka.
Hey, what's up soldiers? My name's GregFPS and welcome back to another Call of Duty Zombies Top 10. Today we're going to be doing the top 10 map locations in Call of Duty Zombies. Last week you guys were you were triggered, hella triggered, alright? But I mean, I don't know what you guys want me to do. This is fan voting, so the one that gets the most votes is going to be number 1, and 5 got more votes than Verrucht. Maybe people haven't played Verrucht, and that's why they didn't know, but there was like at least 10 comments saying Verrucht should have been number 1. I agree with you, okay, but I didn't vote, so that's just how it is, guys. But I want you guys to take the time down below and comment the worst Juggernog location. That's what we're going to be doing next week. The top 10 worst Juggernog locations. Now, there are a lot of different ones to choose from, so you guys need to choose wisely here, because this is also going to be next week's episode. So you better not get mad at me because I didn't warn you. This is your chance to vote, so make sure you guys comment that down below. And without further ado, let's get right into the top 10 best map locations in Call of Duty Zombies. And coming in at the number 10 spot is going to be Buried. Now, Buried is widely regarded as one of the easiest maps in Zombies, but the location really sets this map apart from a lot of the other ones. This one takes place underground in a burrow, and it's a wild west town somewhere in Africa. Now, the really cool thing about this map is it's just all wild west themed, and we had never really seen a map that was like this. It had a lot of really cool popular themes, some unique weapons, and that's really what set this map apart. We also got the Ray Gun Mark II on this map when it was released for DLC, so definitely a great choice at the number 10 spot. Coming in at the number 9 spot is going to be Moon. Now, a lot of people really enjoy this map, or they really hate this map. It's like a love-hate relationship, but Moon literally takes place on the frickin' moon. You start off in Area 51, then you teleport over to the moon area where they have the whole like anti-gravity area, and that's really where you get to see like the whole anti-gravity thing that we see on Durazodrak that originated from Moon pretty much. I mean, it wasn't as good as anti-gravity is, but it was still a really cool map because you had the feeling of no weight in certain points, and you could like jump over zombies and stuff depending on where you were, which was really cool. So I definitely think that Moon is 100% one of the best locations that we have seen in Zombies, and it got the number 9 spot according to you guys. And coming in at the number 8 spot is going to be Revelations. Now, you guys might disagree. This one actually got more votes than I was expecting, but Revelations is really a cool map setting. It has the diverging of a bunch of different maps bleeding into each other to create Revelations, and that was really cool according to me. And you know, a lot of people really like the fact that it took place in a bunch of different maps in one, which was really cool to see. It had the throwback of Noct in the middle, and then we got to see Kino, we got to see Shangri-La, we got to see Durazodrak. You know, there's a lot of different things, Verrucht, etc, and I think that that made this map really cool, and definitely one of the coolest, just because it's basically in the middle of nowhere, somewhere in like space and time. Like it's kind of just like you can't really pinpoint it in a certain area like we can with the other maps, so it's kind of just like there, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like in the void of everything, but it's still a really cool map just because of all the different things it had going on for it, and just like the sky and everything was so awesome. So definitely Revelations deserves the number 8 spot. And coming in at the number 7 spot is the Theater of the Dead, aka Kino der Toten. A lot of you guys really like this map, and that's pretty cool because it is a Nazi movie theater, which is awesome. Now, you get to go to the projector room to pack a punch. Just having the whole stage there was really cool, and this map definitely has one of the coolest vibes that we've ever seen in zombies. Just the fact that the Nazi flags are hanging everywhere makes this map just feel and look so awesome, and you actually feel like you're in a Nazi movie theater during World War II. Now, yes, it is abandoned, but still it makes a really great spot for killing zombies, and definitely a badass one. So Kino der Toten got the number 7 spot. And coming in at the number 6 spot is going to be Shadows of Evil. Now, you are literally in the middle of Morgue City, which is kind of a remake of Chicago, and you get to see the whole city skyline around the entire map. Not only looking outside the map can you see other buildings and other stores and the waterfront area with boats and all that stuff, but you literally get to feel like you're in the middle of a city, which is epic. That is one of the coolest things that I have found about this map. Also, it takes place in the 1930s, so just the fact that you're there in the 1930s during the Prohibition era, all that stuff, and even like the cool things that ties into Mob of the Dead, I think is awesome. And this map just has a great overall feel. You get to listen to that awesome round change music that is like jazz, and I freaking love jazz, so that makes it better for me. And I just love Shadows of Evil. I think the location was spot on, really cool, you know, map location, and definitely deserved the number 6 spot in this week's countdown. And coming in at the number 5 spot is Paradise, aka Shangri-La. Now, I was actually very surprised at how many votes this one got. A lot of people really like the location. It's like smack right in the middle of the jungle, and even when they showed the trailer, they used the "In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight," and that like honestly made the map trailer freaking amazing. But I can't sing. I'm sorry if I like just got you guys triggered or mad or anything like that. The cringe was pretty high. But overall, Shangri-La is definitely one of the coolest maps just for all the jungle environments that it has. It has the whole mining area. You can take a minecart. You can go down the waterfall, which is really cool. There's literally like a slide to the underground area. Also, the geysers can shoot you up, which is another really cool aspect of this map. It is pretty close quarters and very difficult, but I still think the location is really cool, and then climbing the temple to pack a punch is really awesome as well. So Shangri-La means paradise, but it's not really a paradise because it's actually a pretty hard map and pretty triggering, but still Shangri-La got the number 5 spot. Coming in at the number 4 spot is going to be Origins. Now, Origins takes place on the battlefields of the Great War, aka World War I in France, and this map is honestly so awesome. I love the feel of you're going through trenches and there's like bodies on spikes. You have the huge giant mech robots walking around trying to step on you and all that stuff. And this map just has one of the coolest and best feelings ever in a zombies map, with the dynamic, you know, changing of, you know, the weather. There's rain, there's snow, there's nothing. I mean, this map just has it all, man. When you feel something, I feel like this map really sets the tone for what all zombies maps should feel like. You should feel like you are encompassed in this area, and the map is so big that you really feel like you are literally in the trenches, which is one of the best experiences I've ever had in zombies. So Origins definitely deserved the number 4 spot. I 100% agree with you guys with this one. It just sets the tone, man. It's freaking epic, and I really enjoyed the location of Origins. And coming in at the number 3 spot is going to be Gorod Krovi, aka the City of Blood, aka the Stalingrad. Oh man, this one is awesome. So this sets the tone for me as one of the, you know, more polished maps as far as like location goes. The fact that Stalingrad was such a highly fought over battleground in World War II between the Nazis and the Soviet soldiers. It was just so cool, and I really did enjoy this. Now, Stalingrad is so cool because of the significance it had in World War II, and there's even some buildings that represent actual buildings that were actually fought over. Now, if you guys remember the bunker that you go to Pack-a-Punch, that was a real building. It's modeled exactly like a real building that is in Stalingrad, where Soviet soldiers fought against the Nazis and they held down that building, and even like everything about it is really similar to it, which is really cool, and they never ended up surrendering it to the Nazis. So I thought that was really cool how you actually hold off that building in the game against zombies. I think that's really cool, and just like the overall historical significance of this map is honestly amazing, and I really do love this map for its location. I think the location is spot on, and Treyarch did a phenomenal job with getting that right smack in the middle of World War II and like fighting and everything. You have bombs going off all the time outside the map and everything like that. Just the environment of it is phenomenal, and Treyarch did such a great job. And coming in at the number 2 spot is going to be Drak. Now, this one goes without saying, man, because this one, you're literally at a castle on a mountain, which is crazy, okay? So just the fact that you can actually be on a mountain is awesome, and then the fact that you're actually at like a medieval castle. I'm a sucker for medieval castles too, Jason, and he got this one right, guys. Drak just has one of the coolest locations with all the different areas that feel like you're in a medieval castle. You have knights all over the place. There's a knight on the table where you put the golden rod. You can get crossbows and upgrade the crossbows. Crossbows were definitely a pivotal part back in medieval times, and this map is just so cool. You have the dragon's head sticking out, and the environment of this map with snow everywhere is just awesome, and I definitely feel like this is definitely by far one of the coolest environments that we have ever had in zombies. Such a great feel. It really sets the tone for how dark this map is, and it pretty much set the tone for Black Ops 3 in general. So the number 2 spot goes to Drak. Alright guys, it is time for some honorable mentions, and there are actually 4 of them, because a lot of you guys are getting triggered every single week. You're like, this one should have been there and it wasn't. You're bad at making videos. This one should have been there and it's not. What are you thinking? Why didn't you put this one there? Guys, it's viewer votes, okay? Give me a freaking break. But anyways, coming in the first honorable mention spot is going to be Die Rise. Now, Die Rise takes place in a skyscraper area in China where skyscrapers are like tipped over each other, so there's various parts of the map that are literally like tilted, and it's just really crazy. Like, having some of the environments be tilted and kind of weird like that is definitely a really cool vibe. So Die Rise got the first honorable mention spot. This one was really cool. The next honorable mention spot is Shinonuma. A lot of people thought that this map was really old, and it fit the World at War feel, and also just the environment of being in like a swampy area with zombies was really awesome. So a lot of people voted for that one as well. The next one is Knock, just because it's the first zombies map. It's still kind of scary. It gave off scary vibes, and that one is definitely once again deserving to be on the honorable mention list. And the last and final honorable mention is going to be Call of the Dead. It takes place in basically like the USSR, or kind of like Antarctica, but it's like not Antarctica, it's like before that in Russia. So that one is really awesome as well. I mean, just the fact that you're literally in like the Baltic Sea or something like that, and it's ice everywhere, and it's so like cold, and you have snow and ice everywhere. It's really cool, and even the fact that you could like freeze in the water, I think was a really cool dynamic. So that map definitely set the tone. You felt like you were literally about to freeze your tits off the entire time. And coming in at the number 1 spot is going to be Mob of the Dead. Now, I 100% saw this one coming before I even made the video. I was like, okay, people are definitely, if Mob of the Dead doesn't get first place, I don't know what the hell is, because this map is so cool. And this guy named Skullbasher really like made one of the coolest comments that I've ever gotten in zombies videos, and this is what he said: Mob of the Dead setting was by far the best out of all the settings in the entire zombie lifespan, because Mob of the Dead takes place on the legendary Alcatraz Island, aka The Rock, and I believe that this is the only zombies map to be based around real life events. From trying to dig their way out with spoons, aka the golden spork, to the reported sightings of spirits with red eyes. Zombies have red eyes in the game, and the infamous report of one inmate seeing a pair of glowing red eyes in his cell, screaming for 7 hours straight, only to be found dead when the guards opened his cell D14 or 14D, and that is the cell in the spawn room when you spawn into the game. And if that didn't give off just a badass zombie setting, then I don't know what will. And I agree with this comment 100%. Mob of the Dead's my favorite map. I say it every single week, and this map just has the best feel, the coolest stuff. It's just a great setting. Even going to the San Francisco Bridge in itself is really cool, and this map is just phenomenal. So I 100% agree that Mob of the Dead definitely should have been the #1 spot. So good job, whoever voted for this. You did a service to the zombies community and me, and that's why I included it in the intro cinematic. And also the ending screen is going to be what I'm going to be using for pretty much all my videos now, where you can like click on other videos and stuff. But Mob of the Dead is just phenomenal. Definitely a great job. Make sure you guys comment down below the top worst Juggernog location for next week's episode, and I have a few like really good ones planned for the coming weeks, so hope you guys are stoked for that. But thank you so much for watching. My name is GregFPS. Have a fantastic Saturday, and I'll see you guys in my next stream, which is going to be tonight, so I hope you guys are there for that, and I'll see you all later. Peace out.